So, what does olive oil do for your body? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, for many years, I consumed olive oil, but I had no idea it wasn't the real olive oil. It was the fake stuff. It's very bland. It created no itchiness in the back part of my throat like real olive oil does. So, it wasn't until I went to Italy where I visited a farm where they actually make olive oil, the real stuff, the extra virgin olive oil. And that was this farm right here. I don't know if you can see it. San Michele a Torre. So this was an amazing experience because I was blown away at how they really take care of the soil and the process of making this. And everything is cold pressed and extracted without any type of solvents and chemicals. And so after that experience, I was hooked on olive oil. I consume a lot of olive oil. So the question is, what does olive oil do to the body and what's in the olive oil that creates these effects? We have antioxidant effects, we have anti-inflammatory effects for arthritis, inflammation in the arteries. We have all sorts of cardiovascular benefits, decreasing blood pressure. There's a lot of nerve and brain effects for your cognitive function, memory, and mood, as well as anti cancer effects. There's amazing effects for the skin and even effects on your eyes. So, is it the fat? Okay, because what's unique about olive oil is the high concentration of monounsaturated fat. Now, you might say, well, okay, so it's not saturated fat, so it must be healthy because it's monounsaturated fat. And 80% of olive oil is monounsaturated fat. But that is not where you're getting the benefit. Okay. I mean, it also has a little bit of vitamin E, it has vitamin K1, but that's not where you're seeing the big benefits. All of the therapeutic benefits of this stuff occur because of a group of plant chemicals. They're called polyphenols. Okay. Poly means many, and phenols is a word to describe a certain chemistry or a chemical that is from the plant. It's from the fruit of the olive tree, the actual olive. So, what specific polyphenol does all the magic? All we know is that these polyphenols from plants, which are developed as a defense mechanism, produce a lot of cool effects on our bodies, especially in preventing the complications from chronic disease, oxidative stress that destroys our certain cells. And there's a couple things about polyphenols that I'd like to share with you. Number one, they are made from a group of amino acids. What's unique about these aromatic amino acids is they follow a very specific chemical pathway, which is called the shikimate pathway. So, this amino acid pathway involving enzymes basically converts these amino acids to polyphenols. And our body doesn't use this pathway, but plants and microbes do. And this is how Monsanto came up with glyphosate, the herbicide, okay, that is also classified as an antibiotic that blocks this pathway. So it blocks the microbe as well as the plant's ability to utilize or produce these amino acids. So there's no conversion to these polyphenols. So the more glyphosate something has, the less of these phytochemicals that the plant's going to create. And the less the microbe can make these amino acids. This is why, especially if you're going to get olive oil, you need to do organic because all of the benefits from olive oil occur if you have the polyphenols. And if you don't, chances are you're not going to have the benefits. Now, this shikime pathway also is involved in making dopamine, noradrenaline, the thyroid hormones, serotonin, melatonin. It probably explains why a lot of people have problems with sleep, the thyroid, their mood when they're exposed to glyphosate. So there's more and more research that is showing up relating to this affecting your gut microbiome, creating GI problems, creating metabolic problems. But what I find interesting is that the polyphenols are dependent upon those aromatic amino acid turning into these phytochemicals that give you the benefit. The other thing that I want you to know about polyphenols is that they're a little bit difficult to digest and absorb by your own body. So your own microbes are actually involved in breaking them down so they can be absorbed. And the third thing I want you to know, There are polyphenols and a lot of other phytonutrients in your salad that you put this on. And the absorption is also dependent on if there's fat present. And so that monounsaturated oil fat that's in here will greatly help you extract these other phytonutrients from the salad. So in my salads, which I consume every day, I use extra virgin olive oil. I use balsamic vinaigrette, and sometimes I'll use different spices as well. So, regarding olive oil, don't go for just the cheap stuff that could be fake. To really know it's real, just the smell of it, as well as what it does to the back of the throat, it'll irritate the back of the throat. That means it has those phytonutrients. If it's too mild or bland, it's not the real stuff. And the last thing you need to know is always make sure you do the organic extra virgin olive oil to avoid any type of extra glyphosate that could end up in a product. Since we're on the topic of olive oil, if you haven't seen my other popular video, I put it up right here. Check it out.